As long as we take it slow and take care of our problems one at a time here, we'll be okay. Slime getting bigger is not great, but as long as it doesn't go to Titanic or the stage right before Titanic, which is some type of large, I'm sure, then we should be okay. And perfect. That is our D13. Done and done. Ah, hello, friends. Definitely don't want to go down there. And in fact, let's do a quick little exclusionado. Perfect. And both of our stairs are here. So that's interesting. Not perfect, because it does limit us in potential escape options. If this gets blocked off one way or another, we might be screwed. But as long as that doesn't happen, we'll be okay. Gaining another scroll of amnesia is not too bad. Ouch. Shouldn't even bother trying to fight you the old-fashioned way. It should just poison you and run away. Please. Perfect. I was worried that my Ice Beast would not be able to take the shot in time, but fortunately, that was not the case. Sure, I'll fight a Pyromancer. I think in a more controlled situation like this, it goes just fine. Perfect. Oh, this is cool. A bit of ice and fire combo. Now, do Crimson Imps even deal fire damage? They do not. They're just invulnerable to it. So we should be able to go Ice Form ourselves, potentially save ourselves some damage from the Ice Devil and the Imps here. We'll definitely explore down here. Box of Beasts is awesome. Another haste potion. We have 6 haste potions. Holy cow. So our innate speed combined with that will do absolute wonders. I do not want to fight this buddy in ice form, but fortunately it runs out just in time. You deal up to 50 damage, hey? But you're susceptible to cold. Unfortunately, AC is still fairly useful here, so I don't love switching off from this, but I think we have to. Switch over to the Ring of Fire. Now, I'd like it if our Ice Beast did some work here. Oh, I'm heading towards the wrong stairs. Oh, that's bad. But we'll take one swing. It did not go well. Because you at least just hit, right? You have no ulterior motives. Perfect. We're slightly faster, or just random energy, but either way, I will take it. And please do some damage. Not quite. You are susceptible to cold. What's your total health? 55? I think that's going to be an Ice Blast then. Maybe even 2. Holy crap, that did not do nearly as much damage as I expected it to. It's not great. Excuse me, imps, please get out of the way. Okie dokie. Fortunately, poison resistant and fire resistant. I at least assume that you're immune to poison. You're resistant. So essentially, or functionally so rather. Let's get some better rolls. That's not quite what I was hoping for. Let's try one more time. Perfect. Then we can call in an Ice Beast. And there we go. Able to tag team it with our Ice Beast friend. Much better. And that's a nice little treasure vault that we can take advantage of. And here's the dream scenario where we can just consistently kite. We can keep poisoning. We can blow up the poison. Just have some good fun with it. Now this is less so. Polar bear, hello. I mean, OTR would do absolute wonders against the Centaur herd. Oh my gosh. That was some bad movement there on my part. Completely my mistake, and could have gotten us killed. Did that? No, that did not kill. They do have a wand on them. What wand were you quivering? No longer see it, so I guess we'll never know. Never mind, there you are again. Carrying a wand of polymorph. Interesting. Well, I'll still just run the heck away for now. You're terrible with Felid Statement Squad? No, I definitely don't have as much experience as I would like with them. I'm not actually sure how we've even gone this far without losing any of our lives. Besides that, I at least know how to do careful play when there's a good impetus for it. When I actually have a full reason directly in front of me, reminding me constantly to stay focused, to pay attention. But it definitely, yeah, it takes a decent amount of practice, as well as some decent luck as well. Some, again, poor movement for me, but never get punished. We're running a little bit riskier than normal. We should have been probably more cautious against both those Centaur warriors. But I was relying on some of our abilities here to hold steady. And, okay, we're definitely running away from these buddies. So this is somewhere where it would be nicer if we had Felid Cloud in conjunction with our Ignite Poison. Also, looks like we lose our speed as in Ice form. I knew that certain forms definitely make us lose our running ability, which makes sense. We're changed into a totally different creature. But definitely something that we need to keep in mind. Oops, let's not head right back down. Instead, take a look at our list here. We could learn Felid Cloud, even just temporarily. We have a half-decent number of Amnesia scrolls, I believe. We do have 4. So that's enough to forget at least enough spells to learn Statue Form, which we are so close to. 28%, it's getting there, slowly but surely. For now, maybe, though, let's learn Felid Cloud. Head down here. Can run away. And let's see how this goes. No, I want to cast it anyway, game, because I want to put it here. And then blow it up. Unfortunately, we weren't making our enemy stand in the cloud, which is probably the situation we need to contrive for ourselves. But it's starting to cost a lot of magic points in my mental calculus here, because we want to maybe bring in an ally to force them to stay in that spot without risking our own hide. And then we also need a Felid Cloud and the Ignite Poison. Not too sure. You tend to do best with Orb Transmuter, though you haven't played in probably a year or so. Hope they haven't ditched Octopodes. No, Octopodes are still a loving classic here, and I'm a huge fan of them as well. I don't play them as transmuters often enough, usually just like a blaster caster, but I guess even in a blaster caster, I always end up learning transmutations because statue form is such a huge part of my Octopode strategy. But that's definitely a classic combo that I always fully endorse and support. Super fun and very strong. As long as you can get to that statue form level, you'll finally have the defenses to make up for everything and do fantastic. Also, didn't realize I still had my Ring of Fire on. That's the kind of slack that we do not want to find ourselves given into. And I think that that might be where we temporarily give up on the next dungeon floor here. I guess we cleared out most of the Centaur pack, so we could actually head back to the initial stairwell that we explored. Not you. You. Right, we excluded it. Perfect. Yeah, nice. We did clear the area here, so we can keep running around, and we can always just run away from the undead knights here. Let's bring in some friends. Ouch. Ouch. Excuse me. Sorry. Pardon me. Don't mind me. A basilisk as well, huh? What are your odds of petrification? Not great, which is good. Let's just take you upstairs with us. You can bring in a friend, finish the job. Also, thank you so much, Babs. I'm definitely getting a little dry in the throat here from the chat. Always appreciate the reminder to take care of myself. Okay, let's bring in some body shields, close the gap, not take any thrown rocks to the face. That was our mistake. Oh gosh, hello. Well, maybe this time We'll try and apply some poison. I didn't actually mean to necessarily go to Ice Beast mode. I actually was trying to ignite said poison. Whoops, but it all worked out in the end. That's what I mean by we're probably very much just lucky that we haven't managed to lose any lives up until this point. But that is fine. Let's head back down. In some ways, luck is a skill, right? Oh gosh, okay. In 2 surrounded. I had stepped up because I didn't want the centaurs to be shooting us as we ran. Unfortunately, it brought us right next to this son of a gun. If we get paralyzed, we're definitely dead. I think we're gonna try and hope that the enemies body block themselves. They did for a little bit, but they will no longer anymore. We have 3 scrolls of fear. That's not bad. If we can get far enough away, we can fog, but we're in Ice Beast form right now, so we will not have our extra speed. I think I'm just going to read a fear, get those kids blocking the hallway. Much like in real life, if you cause a panic situation to erupt, all of a sudden the hallway is completely untraversable. But here we go. Let's try and break this up into slightly more manageable group sizes. Rest up. Let's take another peek at who was close. 2-headed ogre. Not great, but shouldn't be a one-shot. It wasn't, but I think part of that was just some good fortune on our end. And then, oh please, kobold, dang it. I wanted the kobold to regain their position there, just so that we could keep them between the 2 of us, use our smite targeted poison to just finish the job. But as is, we can just run around for a bit until we leave ice form. That's what we're burning time for now, because as soon as we do that, we will once again be much quicker than our compatriots here, and then we can just load up on poison, blow it up, finish the job. Perfect. You can indeed cancel forms with an ability. Does it take time though? I was assuming it takes time, but I guess we can find out. Even swing to give a 0.8 up there, and then by end transformation, it does take a full turn, which I guess we did have enough gaps there now that I think about it, and I'm just an idiot. But initially, my idea was trying to avoid spending any turns in the line of fire, but that is something that I always forget exists. Especially when statue form is just keeping you too slow to do a proper retreat. I've definitely fallen for that trap multiple times in the past and made the mistakes. I've never considered, seems a little strange, right? It takes a full, I don't know, how long is a turn in this? Something like 6 seconds maybe? 10 turns is a minute? Seems about right, because you're taking like a 2-meter step in 6 seconds. Actually, yeah, that's more than correct, even if you weren't running. It is D&D. That is exactly what I'm reaching for coming up with hypothetical turn timers. Because I don't think DCSS has an official turn equivalency to that extent. But I was trying to fold them over each other to get some overlap for sure. Yeah, completely arbitrary. But essentially, if it is something around like 6 seconds, oof. That Centaur is a pain. In fact, having 2 archers is not great, to say the least. I mean, I can take a step down. I don't think the kobold is going to beat the centaur, fortunately. 16 damage. Kind of want to duke it out. I'm going to potion petition here. Quickly grab a heal wounds and magic. That is absolutely wonderful. Well, it's the actual time measurement in DCSS, AUT. Yeah, actually that's really funny because I knew the acronym AUT, but I just said aughts in my head, and I never actually put it to arbitrary units of time, which is fantastic. Yeah, exactly, Ugly Bagel Face. I'm the same way. Never knew what it actually stood for, just knew what the sound it made when it took a man's life. But okay, we're able to take one step. It's not home free yet. Don't think I want to use a blinking scroll. Sure, we'll do one more potion petition here. See what that gets us. Could just go berserk. I mean, a curing probably isn't going to be enough health. Let's do it. Just quickly take out that archer there. Risking things a little bit, but hey, still alive, and that's all that matters. But my question of time, with how much time do I think an arbitrary unit of time is equal to? Because if it takes a full 10 arbitrary unit of time in order to come out of a transformation, which I would imagine is just a bit of like a mental focus, maybe a concentration check, something like that, then I could see that being each AUT would be somewhere around, I guess it kind of defeats the purpose of calling it the arbitrary unit of time if I try and put a unit of time to it, don't it? I can't help it, it's just how my brain works. I'm trying to think of how long does it take me to like remove a ring. Oh gosh. Okay, nobody step next to me, please. Thank you. Oh me, oh my. No, screw it. Let's put ourselves somewhere random. That was a horrible idea. Immediately punished here. And thank you so much, Dicey8s, for the follow. I appreciate it a whole lot. Hope to see you around more in the future, too. Of course, never any pressure. Can I take a rust, buddy? Getting more and more decayed as we go here? Maybe not. Trying to just take it out real quick. Well, we could then move on to the priest here. And I do love Australian unit of time. That could also be completely right based on how the game originated. I like that framing as well. You don't mind Rupert anymore? Nicola, though? Definitely. New Nicola hits real different. And yeah, Rupert is a bit scary, to say the least, depending on what type of character you have. On a squishy buddy like this, we're just asking to be followed by a berserk Rupert and run into some trouble. Oh my gosh, our ice beats aren't surviving for even a turn, hey? So these are buddies that are faster than us, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't mean to... Dang it. Okay, there's our first death as a Felid here. I was trying to just examine them once more, but I accidentally put us out of the exam phase. But here we go. Our first death. We get to show off what happens when we die as a Felid, which is good because we were never going to die later. So we needed an accident like this, you know, for demonstrational purposes, just to make sure that all of you have seen what it looks like. Okay, let's rejoin the land of the living. I never even wanted to be here. Please get me out. Perfect. Yeah, what's worth more, a Felid life or a scroll of blinking? That's an interesting conundrum, isn't it? Because I think it would change depending on which part of the game you are at. At the start, scroll of blinking is more valuable than a Felid life. Once you have a bunch of Felid lives, that might continue, but in the late game, if you haven't been using your scrolls of blinking and have a whole bunch, then it's definitely better to have an extra life whenever you need it. That just seems straightforward, doesn't it? So it's a weird situation where I think it depends on where you're sitting at. I think it's the opposite. Losing a level early sets you back a lot. Oh, I did forget about that part of it. When you get revived, you do lose a level. Right. That's an important aspect of the entire thing. And especially if you're having to skip a lot of floors, which we definitely did at the start of our run, I could definitely see that cascading in a pretty bad way. So I have to agree with you in that specific, or in that, on that side of things. That's interesting. Oh, that was Ignite Poison, not Ice Beast. That's important. Thank you for showing that mechanic that will never come into play again. Of course. I mean, I do it all for you folks, of course. Just important. Tentacled monstrosity, eh? What the heck? Are you a shapeshifter? Why do I have a tentacled monstrosity on the first level of swamp? Excuse me, game? Well, I guess we're not going to swamp. Not yet, at least. Snake pit, maybe? In before Mara on Snake 1. Okay, let's get our poison resistance. Let's get our ice friends. I don't think we're equipped or prepared to handle this section either, actually. Not loving this. Let's see. Do we have any other options at our disposal? To answer your question, Coville's statue form is down to 24%. It's so close. But, oops, let's head back in here. I guess not a whole lot that we can use right away. Could just add some more applicable damage with Stone Arrow to take them out in short order, hoping that that works. Ideally, if we can survive a few hits, I guess we can actually break up the crowds, right? Oh gosh, oh, don't do that. Oh no, sir. You're gonna step into my spot. Well, well, well. Do I want to use a blinking scroll? Probably not unless I have to. I could go for a fear, and that's most likely going to still be effective. Feels like a little bit of a waste. Normally I like to employ that when we're dealing with large groups of people. I forgot that you had Force Lance, you son of a... I think I will go for the fear. Ooh, if I can ideally get one of you coming upstairs with me. Okay, there we go. No, Force Lance guy is aiming for us once more. The struggle is real as we keep bouncing back and forth between areas here. We're into the tricky middle section of the run where you have to just try and make incremental progress wherever you're able to and hope to get it all sorted by the end. I guess we can finish exploring. Jeez, almost choked on my drink immediately. That's a lot of death yaks, but as long as we're in our group of friends, we should be okay. There go our friends, never mind. Let's bring one back in, shall we? I definitely, oh geez, do not want to be taking a hit from two of these at once. Even one at a time is actually slightly more than we otherwise want to fight. Yeah, this part of the game can be frustrating, tough time every direction. I definitely kind of oscillate back and forth between whether I find it frustrating or whether it's actually what I love most about the game, because sometimes I have so much fun with it being almost like a problem-solving puzzle setup situation. I don't know. Neither of those is the word that my mind actually wanted to say there, but it's all we got. But I love kind of taking it apart, teasing, you know, here a little bit, there a little bit. I had a really interesting vampire game back in the day that fully, like, brought me around to it, where it was so painful and I had to constantly switch, like, hey, I need to become dead for this section, and then I need to resanguinate myself, make sure I'm alive to make incremental progress at this section, and it was so, like, satisfying to come out of it on the other end. But I totally want that to be said with the caveat that it can be just frustrating sometimes, depending on how the RNG goes. You never know how things are gonna sort themselves out. But it's definitely an interesting part of the game, to say at the very least. 8-headed Hydra, we're up to 13 AC. It's not great. Yeah, this is the 144 damage buddy, right? Well, we can start to run away and let our ice beast do some work. Holy crap. Never mind, that's the easiest fight of my life. Why was I even worried, right? let's try and break it down here. Forgetting sometimes that we're not quite as fast in our ice form, but we can definitely still lead these buddies on just a wee bit. And now we're in one hit range. Let's back up a bit, kill one, keep running. Guess it depends on the roadblock. When you haven't found a single R poison, but Spider's entrance is surrounded by an Emperor Scorpion and 3 Wolf Spiders. I'm not bitter. I can definitely imagine. Can feel like a no-win situation for sure, which ideally you never get in this kind of game. And it's fairly well balanced and does a decent job for the most part, but it can't be perfect, I guess, especially with random chance thrown in the mix. Let's see. Everyone's still just chilling out here. You all the same? Nothing new? Well, let us throw up some clouds and ignite the night. Probably should learn Stone Arrow, hey? I guess we don't have quite enough spell levels yet to do so. Statue form is so close. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's gonna change everything, rather. Well, let's drop another one of these. Ignite it. I'm gonna get pushed off the stairs again, probably. Yeah. That's a tough situation. We could just teleport out and hope that we can take the rest of the floor, but I'm not actually sure if we're equipped and able to handle most of what Snake has to throw at us. I'm very disappointed that Swamp is so painful. Tentacled Monstrosity, not great. But I guess instead here we could even just head back down through Lair. We can take a quick peek into Lair 6 and see if it might be a little more manageable here. As long as it is, then we might as well clear through here first. Hello, my friend. Not too bad. Bunch of elephants. This is where it'd be really nice to have some AoE. I just kind of hate having to deal with all these critters one-on-one here. Let's see, there was another unexplored stairway that we can at least see. Take a look. Excuse me, friend. Clear some old floors. Show D5 what's what. That is true that we have left some monsties behind that could give us at least a bit of experience, which I guess could give us enough spell levels to potentially make some progress. Ooh, let's definitely check out this though. Amulet of Faith. Dang it. Don't need that. Fortunately, the game's got my back there. Can also immediately drop the box of beasts. And come at me. Just one at a time, please. Please and thank you. Or form an orderly queue. If that is all right. Oh, right, and we can swim while an ice beast. Or we float on top of the water, I believe, is the way that the game worded it, which he liked. Got excited when he saw the artifact mace. Weirdly enough, so did I. It takes a whole lot of internal programming, or reprogramming rather, to stop getting exalted at the sight of an artifact. Unfortunately, not a thing. For us, at the very least. It'd be very interesting. Well, I mean, actually, wait a second. You lose all of your cat traits when you become an ice beast. I guess, are there any humanoid transformations? Because if there are, wouldn't it be interesting if you could only carry weapons in that form? I mean, realistically, that's definitely what I would probably try and do as a Felid. But maybe Felids actually just have a full disdain for all weapons of any kind. They're kind of like old D&D clerics with their bladed weapon. Also, right, vulnerability to fire. That was very dumb of me. Let's at least get rid of the vulnerability. Oh gosh. That molten gargoyle is going to be rough. Down to 2 health. Sir, please. Please, sir. And I definitely do not want to lose the experience level here, if possible. So this could be somewhere where we throw out one of those there blinks. Alternatively, we could potion petition, cross our fingers for some combination of healing mixed with resistance would be absolute chef's kiss. I don't expect to get served directly to our needs and prerequisites, but that would be nice. Alternatively, it would be a blink away. Sucks that it looks like our Layer 6 vault is this fire theme. That's too bad. It's definitely not exactly what I'm well suited for, even though normally I wouldn't be in ice form. We could get rid of it, but that's much too little too late. I'm gonna risk it with a potion petition, especially if we get heal wounds, curing, and magic. That's awesome. That's all the health. And then we will immediately end transformation now before I forget again. Go get him. Get him. You susceptible to the cold? I didn't think so, unfortunately. That's fine. Let's let them do some work. Holy crap. Apparently we have the strongest ice beasts in the dungeon's history. I'll take it. Quickly heal up here. Gotta remember, end transformation as soon as we see fire. Fire, bad. Okay, definitely bring in some icy pals. You can turn the corner like this. It also slightly reduces the amount of fire damage we're taking any given turn. Would love to be in ice form just for that eventuality, but oh, come on, get him, get him. I believe in my friends, their ability to be locked in conflict here. Okay, they are making it through, so maybe we'll switch to a Mind Blast wand, 30% chance to effect. Let's try one more. It does bypass the AC, which is the huge advantage that we're going for. Now we can kind of do this infinite dance, potentially. Let's blast you once more. There we go, easily resists. 3 times the charm. Perfect, we absolutely blow it up. Mind blown in the most literal of fashions. And how are my ice beasts gonna fare in this fight? Ah, pretty good actually, took out the lava snake. Please go for it again, friends. This is interesting to say the least. Not the ideal situation. Another molten gargoyle, of course. Somewhere where it would be nice to have, again, some form of AoE in order to more properly address the concerns here. Oh, contamination, not great. Come on, ice beasts. Go gadget ice beast, please. Let's do a couple of mind blasts here. Might as well. Nope, not great. Oh crap, no, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I was trying to summon another ice beast. It's the one issue with macros, is sometimes the price we pay for convenience is making stupid mistakes. I'm actually heading the wrong way, so I will reverse before it's too late. So almost at that point already in the end, but I will take it. Let's head up to the other stairs. Moving a bit more quickly than I otherwise probably should. Definitely risking myself just a wee bit. Come on, friends. All of us together, working as a team. Perfect. Ooh, it's definitely interesting, but we're still slowly but surely gaining experience. We've got statue form down to 16%, so it's definitely getting there. Probably once it gets down to 10 or something, I'll be happy to take that in to work. It's probably already good enough to get the job done. I've mentioned in the past, but I'll say so again for anyone who wasn't there, that the interesting part about transmutations is it's one of the few spell schools that you don't really have to train down to like 1% failure rate in order to get consistency, because once you've applied the effect, it lasts for a decent number of turns, so you can always just try and constantly be in statue form, stuff like that. It at least gives you slightly more leeway than in a lot of other situations for casters, but it's still not the be-all end-all. Hello, sir. You could come this way. Please and thank you. No. Excuse me. Excuse me. Please return. There we go. But I still want to bring it down to a certain degree, if just so we're not dealing with the fail chances or the catastrophic failure conditions. Ouch, right? That steam hurts real bad. We're also slower than that dragon is now. So let's actually end our transformation. Hopefully not too late. Doesn't look like quite yet. Here we go. Have I won a 15 rune game before? I have, but not for a decent while here. Mostly been having fun. Just getting in victories wherever we can, but I'm hoping most of the practice has stuck with me. We'll be able to make some good progress here. It probably doesn't help. Oh, whoops. I did the thing where I make myself into a fire vulnerable state. It's not great. Dang you, fire crab. I should try Hot Hells. It's fun. I actually did, or I was very interested in the changes. Okay, come on. Just barely. Just barely surviving the flame clouds. I was hoping with our resistance that we'd be okay. Might have gone some lucky rolls, but I will take it. That fire crab is going to be a pain. But yeah, the Hot Hells definitely interest me. I'm worried because I don't have too much experience in the Hells. I enjoy going to Pan a lot, but I definitely have only gone to Hells on runs that I've transitioned into a 3 rune victory, or 15 rune rather. But I like that they've added a bit more like distinct flavors between each of the different Hell sections. I think that that's a really great overall change, to say the least. Very fun. Okay, fire crab. How do I deal with you? Oh, you can be poisoned. I'm stupid. We have great single target abilities against you. Don't want to use ignite poison this time around, but there we go. I believe they're even susceptible to poisons. That was just an oversight on my part, and that would have made things easier from the get-go. And of course, a fire dragon in the center here is an optional enemy. Exactly what one would expect from such an end vault here. Perfect. I don't know how I feel about fighting a dragon. Yes. It's just a normal ring? Yeah, I don't even need to fight you right now. But that is the end of our lair here. Slowly but surely working our way up in skills. Take a look, we're up to 4 spell levels before using any amnesia. Statue form is at 16%. It's getting there, it's so close. What else would we possibly want? We could just take Stone Arrow temporarily here. I mean, statue form is most likely just going to take the place of ice form for the most part. And so I think I will learn Stone Arrow, give us some more generally applicable damage, and maybe we'll take one more peek into Snake. Ice form up, head down. See how Stone Arrow treats us? Not great was the answer. Well, in that case, it's Mephitic Cloud right here, followed up by an Ignite Poison. And there we go. I wanted to take just one of you upstairs. and even end transformation, which gives us some defensive issues, but will allow us to run away. Kind of forgot about the poison immunity. I lied. We should probably have stayed in ice form. You know this, with this amulet, that MP ring is actually HP. You are correct. Unfortunately, I don't know what we'd swap off. We shouldn't have this Ring of Fire on. We should have the AC ring. But the AC ring and the Ring of Wizardry are both incredible for us right now. And so it is a bit of an interesting situation. Come on. There we go. Now we're starting to outrun. And of course we instantaneously get lethally poisoned. Let's just use one more curing on that. Oh gosh. How do they do it? Come on. We're so close to leaving you behind. The haste that's absolutely screwing us. Well, I think here I'm going to go for a full potion petition, hoping for cure wounds and some other things. I guess just to heal wounds should actually be enough to get us through. We're able to turn some corners here, which is nice as well. And there we are. Way closer of a call than it had any right to be. Also want to avoid those death yaks. Oh my, this is where cats get back into the real thick of things, to say the least. I guess the best way to find you is probably to actually just do some manual exploration. I like to use clicking instead of the arrow keys just so that we get auto-stopped the moment we run into some trouble. But where the heck did you go? Guess you probably followed us a decent ways in the end, huh? But we will try and take out the death yaks instead then, I guess. Blow them up? How did that do? Not as much damage as I thought. Wild. Well, we're still not one hit away here. I'm still using that dang fire ring because I'm stupid. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Yeah, it is a cool point to mention, Coville, that we can use mana as HP, maybe get around some of the natural downsides to Felid. I think in this case, I'm slightly more partial to our other options that I'm refusing to use. There we go, AC back on. We did it. It only took me remind myself 3 times. Let's ice form up, maybe bring these buddies upstairs one more floor. And fight you in here. Perfect. That's one down. You know what? Let's bring in some friends that will distract you for a bit. Ooh, we are going to have to take 1 hit because I'm bad at movement. And there we go. Gold distraction giving us the necessary space to back the heck off a bit. And now that we're back to being a cat and we're in a wide open area where we don't have to worry about running into more monsters, what we really should have been doing for quite a while here is just kiting with poison damage.